Wondering about Marin County Homes in January? Well, I've got the fresh off the press stats for you. And today, I've got that super cool heat map that shows how all the different Marin towns are doing. You don't want to miss it. So let's get to it. I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, and I love to help people just like you buy or sell any home in Marin. Just book a free video call consultation by hitting the link in the description below. Or if that doesn't work for you, just email me. Sold homes. Let's start with the homes that sold during January. Of the 76 homes that sold, 52 homes closed below list price with an average of 10% below list. 12 homes closed at about list, and 12 homes closed above list price with an average of 11% above. The takeaway? That's a lot fewer homes selling above list price than the previous months. And there's your learning lesson. It's more likely that buyers will save money on a home when they buy over the holidays, even though there's less inventory, which at other times, less inventory during other times of the year usually raises prices. So it's different over the holidays. If you want to see a list of exactly which Marin homes sold last month, complete with how they stack up from the highest price over the list to the lowest price under the list, information you're not going to find anywhere else, scan the QR code or use the link below. Oh, and by the way, I have a bunch more links with freebies in that description below, so check it out. On to the charts. Okay, here we are where the for sale ones, the homes for sale are the light green bars, the ones that actually sold are the dark green, and the line are new listings. They're going up now just like they do every year. You can see that last year at the same time they were going up. What is interesting is that there's quite a bit more inventory from January last year. See, we got 249 compared to 201. I'm sure that's going to show up on these charts below. So as you can see, as far as the amount of inventory that is currently for sale, and that's what we mostly care about because that helps, buyers have more choices. And what we see is when you went from December to January, the inventory is up 17.5%. Over last year at this time, that's what I was just pointing out, that's that 23.9%. And when you look at the entire quarter, it's also 23.9%. I don't believe that. This has happened before so many times. I just can't believe the number's the same. In fact, we had 201 is the number, 201. Yeah, somebody's inputting these incorrectly. I think I'm gonna have to reach out to the company that does this and let them know that's happening. Okay, sorry about that. So the sold houses are down here. Those were down 50.6% from November to December, not unusual, although it was down more than last year at this time. And the quarter number saw an increase of 8.4%. On to days on market, and those are those orange bars here. As you can see, the days on market has gone up significantly from December to January, but again, it generally happens at this time of the year. The actual numbers were up 32.1%, and the more interesting part is when you compare that to last year, it's up even more. And remember, the more a house sits on the market, well, first of all, the less likely the seller's going to get the price they want, and it gives buyers more advantages in their negotiating power. And if we take a look at this from the full quarter to last quarter, and you guys know I like quarter numbers better because not that many houses sell in Marin, so quarter numbers are at least just a little bit more statistically relevant. Anyway, that's also up 16.3%. Now there's this number along the top here, the red line as well. That's a sales price over the original list price, and that did go up from 93% to 95%, representing this increase over month, which is 2.2%. And again, we see another one of those, the exact same stats. So again, somebody's going to lose their job over this. They did it again. And that doesn't tell us much, but we do know the quarter number is 0%. And here are those more interesting prices. We all like prices. I don't pay much attention to the green line. That's just what sellers are asking for their homes. I like the red line because those are the ones that actually sold. And then the blue line, you know what? Blue bars, I mean. those are more important in Marin, especially when we look at all of Marin, because the low price can be really low in Marin, but the high price can be outrageous. So a lot of people would tell you that the median price is more important than the average price, given this, that the median is right in the center, of all the prices that they could be, is just in the center, whereas the average is taking them all and dividing by the amount that are there. There's a lot of real estate experts that would tell you in this given case, median prices are more important. Anyway, let's go through them. On the median, we're not going to be able to see them very well when we get down to average, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's do median sold price though. That's showing down 9% month over month. Again, happens every year. Same month a year ago though, down 12.5%. So that's a little bit more significant because it's still comparing the same month in both years. And then the quarterly number is down 1.1%. That's also of interest because it's more statistically relevant. Now, if we go back up to the red line here, however, I'm going to have a hard time saying these numbers. It looks like, yeah, you can't see it, but it's actually down 13.6% on the average number. And then when you look at the same time last year, it's still down 0.9%. So again, still showing weaker numbers than last year. And the quarterly number though was up, and that amount up is 5.6%. Okay, and here we have price per square foot, and you can see that we took a significant drop from December down to January. Not unusual. You can see the same thing happened this time last year. That drop represented down 8.6%. When you looked at it compared to last year, it's actually up 9.6%, and the old quarter number that tends to be a little better is up 8.5%. So that all looks a little stronger, right? And now we are to my favorite chart, because this one is the median estimated property values, where the value of each home that's sold is inputted, and then numbers for all the homes around that are extrapolated, their value, even though they didn't sell. So definitely the most statistically relevant number. And what we're seeing here is down 2.3% for the 12-month change. So this 2.3% down is down more than the median price for all of Marin. Remember, that was down, well, the closest one we have to this, which is quarter over quarter, and we had that down as 1.1%. So this is more significant, and it's down further. And we can also see down here on the actual chart that it looks like this decrease is now lower than our last decrease. And that could be interesting in terms of if this is going to be a new trend. And here is the chart graph that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And here's where we see the different towns and cities in Marin. And you'll have to look at it with this chart here. I don't know if you can stop the video and zoom in, but the purple are areas in Marin that have still gone up over the last 12 months. And the red, the darkest red, are the ones that have fallen the most. And what you can see there is the dark red is predominantly, as far as the separate towns in southern Marin, which tend to have the highest prices. So it makes sense that those could go into the softest, as well as the ones that are more north, they have had less of an effect, less going down. These properties out here that are still showing significant ups, I wouldn't guess that they necessarily went up. It's just that both Nicasio and they have, again, highly skewed properties. You can buy 100 acres or a quarter acre. So that's going to make a lot of difference in prices. And there's so few sales that these are probably not even close to statistically relevant. And then we have that same situation potentially up here in the red. That's like northern Marin. You know what? Not so much there. There's actually plenty of sales there, although not as many sales as there are probably in the southern Novato area or this more western part of Novato. So bottom line, a lot of these numbers in this area have to do with how many sales there are. There are more sales in this area, but it's kind of hard to know. It's just a guide on what's happening in the different towns in this snapshot of time. All right. Here's the plan. Over the next 2 weeks, I'll be breaking down all of this data separately. One video focused on just single family homes and another just on condos and townhouses. Why? Because as you know, if you watch these, the data really falls out very differently when you look at it that way. Also, if you missed my video with the 2025 housing predictions, complete with some super interesting charts that I bet you haven't seen, head over to my YouTube channel to see it. And if you'd like more information about living in Marin County or some information about all the recent real estate changes, check out the videos that should be showing right now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.